Free will and karma. Free will is likely the most precious and gracious gift that Spirit offers us. Free will is our ability to decide what happens in any given moment, even if it may not be good for our souls. Free will presents itself in our everyday decisions and actions. What we decide to do in any situation is an example of free will at work. Karma has different meanings and interpretations depending on one's faith or spiritual tradition. In Buddhism, karma refers to a spiritual law that for every action, there will be another action that was caused by the first. The result of the action will be either pleasant or unpleasant, depending on the intention behind the initiating action. For Hindus, karma is the moral law of cause and effect. For every act done, no matter what the act, it will be returned to us with equal impact. Good will return good. Evil will return evil. I was walking home from the grocery store one day. A couple of blocks from where I was living at the time, in a condominium building, I noticed a poster advertising a talk about Gandhi that would be taking place in a couple of days. It was one of those posters with the little tear-off tabs at the bottom that you could take with you as a reminder of the upcoming event. I took a minute or two to read the poster. The idea of attending a talk about the life and philosophies of a great spiritual leader and teacher interested me. I reached for one of the tabs at the bottom of the poster to take with me as a reminder, but I decided against attending. The talk was late in the evening, and I'm an early to bed, early to rise kind of guy, and I had big plans for the day after that evening talk. I continued on my way home. A couple of days later, the morning of the Gandhi talk, I woke early in the morning to do my yoga, a meditative ritual of mine. Uncharacteristically, my partner was also up. As I was going through my early morning yoga practice, I heard my partner open the front door of our condominium to go down to the building foyer to retrieve the daily paper, my partner's early morning meditative ritual. I then heard my partner say, "Rob, can you come here, please?" When I arrived at the front door, my partner was looking down at the floor directly in front of our door. Remember, we were living in a condominium building. Nobody but residents of the building had access to the building. There, at our front door was a clear, translucent, speckled and waxy, rubbery and odorless substance smudged into the carpet. Next to this smudging was a yellowy orange flower that looked like a marigold. We both looked at each other with a "what is this" look on our face. Remember, we were living in a condominium building, and nobody but residents of the building had access to the building, and it made no sense why a resident would do something like this. To make the experience even more interesting, there was a little piece of paper lying on top of the smudging. My partner bent down to pick up the piece of paper, glanced at it, gave me an "I don't know what this is" look, and handed it to me. I'm sure my eyes must have doubled in size. My disbelief was clear. I was holding in my hand one of the little pieces of paper from the poster I had seen 2 days earlier. it was a reminder of the talk about Gandhi taking place that evening. I did not then tell my partner about the poster I had saw a couple of days previously. I did not want to create any upset, as the experience was a little unsettling even for me. I helped clean up the smudging and went back to my yoga practice. For most of the day, however, I kept thinking about what had been left at our front door. This was clearly a message, but what was it telling me? One thing I know is there are no coincidences in life. Every event and person is brought to us for our learning. Ultimately, I decided not to go to the talk on Gandhi that evening. I had important plans for the following day, and I wanted to stay focused on my preparations for the following day, and that included what I had planned for the evening when the Gandhi talk was to take place. I practiced my free will by not going to the Gandhi talk that evening. Some would say that the smudging left at my door was a clear sign to attend the lecture, and it may have been, but my free will choice was to not attend. The karma that was created with that event may not fully reveal itself for some time. What would have happened if I had gone to the talk about Gandhi? What would I have been given? Perhaps an important message? In addition to knowing there are no coincidences in life, I also know that everything, and I do mean everything, reveals itself to us when we are ready for it. What a wondrous and joyful experience life is. Enjoy your journey.